Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome back to the channel. Market up or market down. Market is up. Check the brokerage. Nothing sold. We didn't even make any money today. So mostly in cash. Everything's cool. That is it for the public side of things. So if you're new, have a great weekend. Leave a like on your way out. And for the real bag holders, let's get into the main account. Still kind of a slow day, I think. But let's go through it. I got dividends from Abbott, Hormel, Realty Income paid a dividend distribution. And then we had our swing trades from yesterday's video, starting with MR to the O, Marathon. Swing trade entry did fill. You'll see we did lock in. We will lock in this dividend, likely. So I love that right before the little D. And full size. So it's all everything from this point on is going to be full size, or we'll just sit on the sidelines, keep the video short. I got other business ventures that can use my time more wisely, so we'll do that. ConocoPhillips, I believe that was another one that we discussed on the video. There it is, swing trade. Again, same scenario. I'm just updating the sheet. Everything is cool. How are y'all doing with the market? Kind of slowed down for me, but we're still going through things, and I think we may have some opportunity here at the end of the video. Also, stay tuned. We'll see how my options trade went. If you want to call it a trade, I don't know. I don't think of it as a trade, but I'm sure some do. But we'll look at that and see if I got assigned shares or if I got to keep my premium. So that will be interesting. At least for me. I think it's fun. All right. And last but certainly not least, QQQ. And I love to get involved when the market itself goes into one of our setups. It can go down just like any other equity, but it just seems like a no-brainer, like an easy one, right? And you can save yourself a lot of pain. So that's all the activity I had for today, minus the day trade stuff. I guess we'll go over there and catch that too. It's still a little funky on how I have to do that. It looks like I sold one today, the TQs. So let's go ahead and get into that. We can probably avoid all of the what did I buy kind of thing, but we'll look at the sells. So if you don't know what the triggers are to buy, it's just simply the 30 RSI. So you can see here is the 70, and need to get that going here. TQQQ. Let's see how we did. There's not a good way for it to display. That's the one criticism I have of the brokerage. So I got to do a little manual here, but it's not a big deal. The trade execution is wonderful. 2.1% gain. So that helps boost us here. Dun, dun, dun. And so we always measure against the benchmark here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the daily for the S&P 500, or monthly, sorry. At the beginning of the month, it doesn't make much sense, but for the month, 0.64%. And we still have two more positions to move over from the other account, but We're up 1.4%. So very nice, 2.5 times the market. It's not going to be crazy killing it, I don't believe, unless we just get some volatility where the market doesn't move. Of course, we'll get a little alpha when the market goes down, and that's the day trading side of things. So now all we need to do is go through and look for swing trade entries. We'll call it an easy day. Have an awesome weekend. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're new. We'll get the message out. I'm not convinced it's the best way, but a lot of people don't even think it's possible, and it is. And I show you folks every day exactly how I do it. And I'll do that until, like B.B. King said, till the thrill is gone. When the thrill is gone, I'm gone. And you can look at the old stuff. This is very close here. We're 21 cents away from a trigger here on LW. American Eagle, we're in profits. I'm going to get an alert. That's my one criticism of this site, too. Deletes my freaking alerts. Just leave them up there. I'll delete it when I'm done with it. Probably if you pay another gazillion dollars fee, they'll probably leave it alone for you. EMO, that's an entry. You can see the 5 EMA above the 20 SMA, and that's an entry. We already have some of this. Looks like we already have some. I see my little circle over there. If that's the case, a second entry would be awesome. It is. So let's get an order in. Closing print is 85.51. That's the price I'll use. I don't care what's going on in the trading day. It's a widespread after hours. I don't care. I just use closing print. It's the same for me as it is for you. That way we're talking about the same thing at the same time. And it makes it maybe a little useful. So it's placed. It did not fill. That's okay. But we will take the flag off. And I believe we're in profits even. So double down. We're not splitting tens up. People get mad when you split tens. I was curious if we'd get some more swing trade entries. I had a feeling that would start to happen. We have a lot on the watch list here, and that just provides a wide net of opportunity. I got a ton of cash, so that is not a concern, and I am not afraid to put it to use. But it's got to be the right setup. We'll follow the plan. We're not going to deviate at all. Consistency is the thing in the markets. The market is very inconsistent, so when you stay consistent, you can just repeatedly pull out the money. We have a lot of swing trades in profits. They're just not ready to sell yet, so we'll just wait it out. Got my little day trade sell today. That was it. So there is activity. That's all I'm really care about. It's not even about money. Like if you're a math guy or a market guy, and you're like, well, it really doesn't matter. I'm like, well, but it does. Because if I sell stock every day, I feel like I'm progressing, even if that's really not the case. Look at this Nike. We got the big move up, and then it just kind of slowed off a little, but awesome move. Glad we were a part of it. Let me know down below, did you swing Nike or Starbucks? That was a fun one too. So if you're involved, let me know down below. I'm excited to see everybody do well. There's plenty of money in here for everybody. Alright, I'm kind of daydreaming. I'm a little bent, man. It's been a long week, so we'll just power through this. And I'm here live on Twitch, so if you're interested in asking questions or anything, I'll take those after the video is over. And got my lottery ticket today, so if you're interested in that, check that playlist out. Making money buying lottery tickets, it's fun. It does work, despite what you might think. And then, of course, the second channel, doing eBay just to create cash flow in an interesting way with a habit that most people would do anyway. A lot of people would go buy a pack of cards at every paycheck or something, and it becomes a drain on their financial situation. And I'm just trying to show people that whether you like to buy a lottery ticket when you get paid or some baseball cards or whatever, no matter what your hobby is, you can do that while investing. You just have to change the order that your money flows in. We're very close. And so that's a fun thing. Currently losing a lot of money over there, but do statements every month, and you can see the progress, and it will eventually cash flow. I thought we would see more, maybe at the bottom where we took those stocks off the screener. Maybe that's where we'll get all the swings. But the good old investment portfolio here is doing really well. It looks like a lot of things are up, which is good, right? They didn't go to the 30 to set up, so that means it's, a little more bullish. Okay, this is where we'll probably start seeing them. Yeah, first one. Call my shot on that one. That's where we get the cash in. 14.56 on the closing print. I don't care that it's trading lower. How many shares is that going to be? Doing full size, just following the process. What I like is about 1% of my account. It's very easy to calculate. Just move some decimals and order placed. So nothing filled. That's okay. I need to unflag it and put a little alert here. But probably 2 or 3 times a day, I'll scroll through and just see if anything's way up, like over 5 or 10%, something like that. 1, 2, 3%, whatever. But of course, if you've seen multiple times, if you have a position where you have averaged a few times and it gets pretty big, sometimes the overall return is not that much. So those sometimes are ready to sell as well. Very close there. Get some strength, some heat. You can see the power of the screener, right? It's powerful. It works. But remember, I'm not your financial advisor. You got to figure out how you're going to do your own money and your risk tolerance and all that. I'm just trying to show you what works for me for a little entertainment and awareness so that people are aware. Because if I'd have known this thing was even possible, I would have grabbed this game very early on in life. There's another one. I am definitely got the personality disposition to do very well in something like this. And it would be very easy to identify at a young age, but I didn't have anybody in my surroundings that knew anything about it. So there was no opportunity for me. So I'm trying to help that provide a little bit of that awareness so that people can become aware of it at a younger age and do better than me. Because I won't be on this earth forever. 101.44 on the closing print. Morgan Stanley. placed. Not that late. Everybody must be on the golf course. But you can see the power of this strategy as well, because when you go to the screener, there's nothing on it, and the market has been up, 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 up. So rather than sit and patiently wait, which is what we do in the public account, which works just fine, we take action. And this strategy allows me to turn the money over again until the stocks go down into the cycle that provides more opportunity for the flips again. And of course, while all the flips and all the swings are dry, that's when we do options. And don't let me forget, we have to do those at the end of the day. I did have a position on this week. There's another one. And just like with when the screener lights up, we could easily get all the money in if the opportunity is correct. How many is this? That many. 40, 40 for the closing print. Remember, in the after hours, be careful what number you type. It will take any number you type, and they will gladly fleece you. That is how they make their money. One of the ways. Cool. Just the boring stocks I like aren't as volatile as some of these off the screener, and that's why it's a pretty good opportunity to add these to the watch list. I'm doing as much as I possibly can with the situation I'm currently in, and that's all we can ask for. That should take us back down. All right. Some of these are very close. That's one too, isn't it? Yeah. With the little d, I like that. I do not like the fact we're at the golden line, but that's what it is. $50.29 on the closing print, so that's what I'll use. Order place, nothing's filling today. I don't know why not. Everybody got their money locked up for the weekend. That's okay. This goes on to the next part of the station. Which may not even matter. I may stop moving them around eventually. But figuring it out as we go. All right. So options. See, I didn't forget. I'm getting good. Okay. ABR is what we had option on. And I had the 13 strike, I believe. So I sold a put for the 13 strike that expired today. So if the price of the equity is below 13, likely whoever bought the insurance would cash it in, right? But that was not the case. We obviously closed above 13, so I get to keep the premium. I collected $20 per contract and risk 13, so 1.5% return for 1 week. I like that. 50 weeks in a year, 76% annualized, potentially, but it never works out that way. But 1.5% for a week. Now here's the kicker. When I received that income on Monday, here on the 12th, I used the premium, the $20, and I bought per contract, and I bought this stock. So I've already locked in this dividend with that stock. So I've already got the 1.5 plus it's already created this amount per share, 43 cents a share, and it will continue to generate income into the future. So if you think about it the way I think about it, that's unlimited returns. Now, there's a financial calculation to it, I'm sure, and it's not really infinite, but that's the way I look at it. So I'm taking a small risk in the short term for a long-term increase to my passive income. So that's how I look at it, and that's what happened. So technically, we won. Now, not too concerned about it. If you want, let's go ahead and take a look while we're doing that. Why not? Why not? We can get the thing to work. Come on now. All right. So let's take a look at ABR, and let's say it was 1350. That's not what I did, but let's say it was 1350. Okay. So that was for today. So let's say we got assigned at 1350, right? All right, so this is calls and puts. So then we would have the shares at 1350 cost basis. I would have had to buy 100 shares. That's not what happened, but we'll just say that's what happened, just for example. Now, immediately what I could do for next Friday, which is the 23rd, at the 1350 strike, which is where I would have gotten assigned, I could sell the call and collect the bid-ask spread. The middle of that is 15, so I could have collected $15 per share. Now, the thing is, I would immediately use that money to buy more of the equity, right? So that creates even more of a drip. Now, when this thing starts looking, if you're new to options, it's like, wow, that's so good to be true. Why does anybody do that? Because these things can go really bad against you as well. When there's huge volatility in it, in a stock, you can't just sell the call. So like, say I wanted to sell the 15 call. Well, there's nothing here, right? Say I got assigned at 15 6 months ago, and I'm trying to sell the call every week. Well, there's nothing here, right? So it's not as good as what you may think if you're new to the options game, but I think it's a good tool to have in the belt, and I only use it with cash when I have a bunch of cash available that's no opportunities in the markets, right? So the money keeps getting used, and obviously I never had to spend the $1,300 today per contract, so I get to keep it, and I keep my 20. And you see how we got assigned, at a lower. When you sell the call, it's much higher, right? So if you're curious on that stuff, I'm not an options expert, but you can go to the internet and look at the wheel strategy. That is what it's called, kind of. I do a little variation on it, but that's pretty much what it is. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close it off. If you're still here, leave me a like. And make sure you subscribe. And if you're here on Twitch, happy to take questions. We can go ahead and start the video upload. And I'll be hanging around if you got something you want to chat about. Well, thanks for watching on YouTube. Have a great weekend.